You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, something that you've been wanting or that you have been real curious about, as have I, is the ratings for the FIBA World Basketball Qualifiers Team USA. Caitlin Clark's return. And, of course, we've been watching those games. Now, the problem with these ratings is that if they're not in the if that game is not in the prime time window, I can't get to the ratings. And so, like the Senegal, the game against Senegal, I couldn't get to. The only game I've been able to find so far, finally, because it was a primetime game, was last Thursday. So we've got that rating. And what I can tell you is two things. Number one, this game not being on TNT, but having to be on True TV hurt the ratings. But this game still crushed Unrivaled's championship basketball game and absolutely obliterated the average ratings for the season. Just forget about that. And we'll look at that in some contrast and compare action. But this is programminginsider.com, good website for ratings, because you can really look at everything across the board. Here we are, True TV, 7:45 p.m. That's why I can get this rating. FIBA Women's Basketball. Scroll all the way down here, and this rating right here on the end is 334. That is 334,000 viewers for that Thursday primetime game. All right. Now, we come back here. Right here is the 18 to 49 demographic, a .06. So 60,000 viewers in the 18 to 49 demographic. I'm not going to kid you. I thought this rating would be higher. Even being on True TV, I thought they would flirt with 500,000 viewers. And they didn't. Now, one thing I wonder is how many people actually knew this was even going on. You would think everybody that's fans of, I guess, the WNBA or Caitlin Clark would know that this FIBA World Cup is happening and she's playing. But I don't know. The other thing is, yesterday during that game, if you were watching on True TV, we had a blackout for like 3 minutes where literally the screen just went black with a TNT logo on it. And I posted about that. I talked about that in my reaction video to the game, but I posted that on X, and a lot of people came back with, I'm watching on HBO Max. We're streaming this on HBO Max. So it makes me wonder how many people watched on HBO Max, because that was a lot of the comments I got back, is that's what a lot of folks were watching on, actually, because you don't have to have like a YouTube TV like I got or a Fubo or something like that. You could just already have HBO and you could watch the game. So I don't know how many people watched on HBO. We don't have those ratings. So to give you an idea, 334,000 is what that drew. Unrivaled's viewership, of course, fell 40%. It's funny how they try to talk us into how successful of a year Unrivaled had. Their viewership dropped 40% to an average of just north of 120,000 viewers. So, and that's on TNT and True TV. So, this game outdrew Unrivaled by 215,000 viewers. That's a Unrivaled regular season game. All right? So, I mean, regardless, this thing destroyed any Unrivaled ratings, including the championship game for Unrivaled. Now, I don't know if you want to call it destroyed, but it still got more viewers than their championship game got. Right down here, the Unrivaled championship game averaged 314,000 viewers on TNT. I would have been very interested to have seen what the ratings would have been for this on TNT, because I think if it's aired on TNT, this game gets 500,000 viewers. And I'm talking about the FIBA World Cup game. And this Unrivaled Championship was on TNT, and it still got beat by 20,000 viewers. 314,000 viewers on TNT versus 334,000 viewers over here. And again, we're talking about games that haven't been even remotely close. All right. They haven't been competitive games at all. I mean, after halfway through the first quarter, all these games became not only a blowout. I mean, you can't even call them a 20-point blowout. They've been a 30, 40, 50-point blowout. They've been ridiculous, right? Not even remotely competitive. The other thing was Thursday night, how many people learned that Caitlin Clark wasn't starting these games and said, well, to hell with it, I'm not tuning in. If they're not going to start Caitlin Clark, I'm not watching. That's something to think about. I saw a lot of people that were destroying USA basketball for not starting Caitlin Clark under their post. They would put up the starting five. Caitlin Clark wouldn't be there. Now, I should get a rating for yesterday's, maybe yesterday's game, because it was a weekend game. But I don't know that for sure, and I'm interested to see what that rating ends up being. But there's also a lot more competition. But I thought this was interesting. A lot of you guys wanted to know it. I was very curious. Not as high as I thought it would be. Again, Caitlin Clark didn't start games. I saw people that literally said in the comments, well, if she's not starting, I'm not tuning in to watch it. All right. So there's that. The other thing is, Unrivaled is an unmitigated disaster. Regardless of what Nafisia Collier and Brianna Stewart or anybody else wants to try to tell you about how successful that league is. Okay, sure. If you say so. Second year league, your ratings dropped 40%. Your championship game got beat by, and keep in mind too, we're talking about qualifying games. All right. This is not even the starting lineups. The actual World Cup itself is in September. This is like the preliminary games before you get to the World Cup, where you're testing out your lineups and all that. Interesting. Tell me what you think. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.